Carrie Underwood, America's sweetheart and country music icon, had always been known for her grace, humility, and powerhouse performances. But when news broke that she had filed a lawsuit against a liberal TV host for mocking her latest performance, fans were stunned. What unfolded next was a series of events that no one could have anticipated. It all started during a primetime broadcast of a popular late-night talk show. The host, known for his sharp tongue and controversial takes, aired a segment dissecting Carrie's performance at an awards show. While most critics praised her rendition of a heartfelt ballad, the host took a different approach, using sarcasm and exaggerated impressions to mock her vocals and stage presence. Clips of the segment quickly went viral, with fans rallying to Carrie's defense, calling the host's comments not only disrespectful but also deeply personal. Carrie, usually one to rise above criticism, remained silent at first. However, behind the scenes, sources close to her revealed that she was deeply hurt by the public ridicule. What made matters worse was the host's follow-up comments on social media, doubling down on his mockery and dismissing her fans as overly sensitive. For Carrie, this wasn't just about her performance, it was about standing up to what she believed was an unjust attack on her character and artistry. The lawsuit Carrie filed wasn't about money. It was a defamation suit, focused on holding the host accountable for what her legal team described as malicious and damaging remarks. The filing detailed how the host's comments had impacted her emotionally and professionally, claiming they had led to a wave of online harassment from trolls who amplified his criticisms. Carrie's team argued that this was a clear case of someone using their platform to incite harm under the guise of humor. As news of the lawsuit spread, the entertainment world became sharply divided. Some sided with Carrie, applauding her for taking a stand against what they saw as toxic behavior. Others criticized her, accusing her of being thin-skinned and unable to handle public critique. The host, true to his brand, capitalized on the controversy, dedicating another segment of his show to mocking the lawsuit itself. He portrayed himself as a victim of cancel culture, claiming that Carrie was trying to silence free speech. But then, something unexpected happened. A former writer for the host's show came forward with a tell-all interview, revealing that the host often targeted specific celebrities not for comedic value, but to drive ratings and generate controversy. The writer admitted that Carrie's performance had been singled out because producers believed mocking her would create viral content. This revelation shifted public perception dramatically. What had initially been framed as a lighthearted critique was now seen as a calculated attempt to tear someone down for profit. Carrie's legal team seized on this revelation, presenting it as evidence of the host's intent to harm her reputation. Public sympathy for Carrie grew as more people began to see the lawsuit not as an overreaction, but as a necessary stand against a system that rewarded cruelty. Even some of the host's celebrity peers began to distance themselves from him, with a few issuing public statements of support for Carrie. As the case progressed, the host faced mounting pressure, both legally and socially. Advertisers began pulling their sponsorships from his show, citing concerns about aligning with someone accused of fostering a toxic environment. Ratings for the show plummeted, and rumors swirled that the network was considering replacing him. Meanwhile, Carrie continued to focus on her music, releasing a new single that became an anthem for resilience and standing up for oneself. Fans saw it as a direct response to the controversy, and it soared to the top of the charts. In a surprising twist, the host eventually reached out to Carrie privately, asking to settle the matter outside of court. While the details of their conversation remained confidential, sources close to Carrie revealed that she had been gracious but firm in her stance. Shortly after, the host issued a public apology during his show, admitting that his comments had been in poor taste and acknowledging the harm they had caused. Carrie's decision to take legal action not only brought about accountability but also sparked a larger conversation about the responsibility that comes with having a platform. Her fans, and even many of her critics, couldn't help but admire her courage in standing up for herself in the face of public scrutiny. What began as a painful experience ultimately became a testament to her strength, proving that even in the harsh world of entertainment, grace and integrity could still prevail. The fallout from the controversy didn't end with the apology. While the host's statement softened some public opinion, it wasn't enough to repair all the damage. The network announced shortly after that the show would be going on an indefinite hiatus, citing a need to reassess its tone and direction. Many speculated that this was a polite way of distancing themselves from the host's actions, as his reputation had taken a significant hit. Meanwhile, Carrie Underwood experienced an outpouring of support from her fans and fellow artists. Social media was flooded with messages praising her bravery, and her new single became a cultural moment. The song, which carried themes of resilience, forgiveness, and empowerment, resonated deeply with listeners. It wasn't just a hit. It became a movement, with people sharing their own stories of overcoming criticism and adversity, using the hashtag #JerStrongerWithCarrie. Carrie, ever the professional, took the opportunity to channel the experience into something positive. She announced a surprise charity initiative tied to her music sales, with proceeds going toward anti-bullying organizations and mental health support services. The initiative gained massive traction, raising millions of dollars within weeks and further, cementing her role as an advocate for kindness and compassion. As the host faded from the spotlight, Carrie's star only shone brighter. She appeared on talk shows, not to rehash the controversy but to promote her music and talk about the broader issues of online harassment and the responsibility that comes with fame. Her thoughtful and articulate responses won over even those who had initially doubted her decision to file the lawsuit. What truly shocked everyone, however, was how Carrie handled the situation in the end. During an interview with a major media outlet, she revealed that she had forgiven the host. "It wasn't easy," she admitted. "But I realized that holding on to anger wasn't going to help anyone, least of all me. People make mistakes, and I believe in the power of grace and growth." Her words sparked another wave of admiration, with many praising her ability to rise above the negativity. Months later, the host resurfaced in a different capacity. He had started a podcast, a much smaller platform compared to his former show, where he focused on meaningful conversations rather than inflammatory comedy. In one episode, he openly discussed the controversy with a tone of humility, admitting that it had been a turning point in his life. He credited Carrie's grace and the lessons he'd learned as the catalyst for his personal and professional transformation. The entire saga became one of the most talked-about stories of the year, not because of the drama, but because of the way it concluded. It wasn't just about a lawsuit or a public feud. It was about accountability, growth, and the power of kindness to create change. Carrie Underwood's decision to stand up for herself didn't just protect her own reputation, it set an example for others to follow. In the years that followed, the story became a cultural reference point, a reminder that standing up for oneself doesn't have to come at the expense of forgiveness and understanding. Carrie continued to thrive, releasing chart-topping albums, embarking on sold-out tours, and using her platform to inspire and uplift. And in doing so, she proved that true. Strength isn't just about winning battles, it's about finding the courage to face them with integrity and grace. As time went on, the story of Carrie Underwood's lawsuit and its aftermath became a powerful example of how to navigate conflict with dignity and purpose. Her career, far from being overshadowed by the controversy, entered a golden era. Carrie's next album, deeply inspired by her experiences, was hailed as her most personal and introspective work yet. It was a raw emotional journey that explored themes of vulnerability, resilience, and forgiveness, earning her critical acclaim and several awards, including another Grammy. Carrie also expanded her philanthropic efforts, establishing a foundation focused on promoting kindness in media and combating cyberbullying. The foundation partnered with schools, online platforms, and media organizations to develop programs aimed at fostering empathy and reducing harmful online behavior. The initiative gained widespread support, with celebrities and public figures joining the cause, and it became a beacon of hope in an increasingly polarized world. The host, on the other hand, continued his journey of self-reflection and growth. His podcast slowly gained a loyal following, not because of his old sharp-edged humor, but because of his new approach to meaningful conversations. In one of his most downloaded episodes, he invited Carrie for an open dialogue. Many were surprised when she accepted the invitation. The podcast episode was raw and unfiltered, with the host apologizing once again, this time face-to-face, and expressing his gratitude for the lessons he had learned. Carrie, in her usual composed manner, spoke about the importance of accountability, but also the need for understanding and reconciliation. Their conversation wasn't just a resolution of their conflict, it became a broader discussion about the impact of words and the responsibility that comes with having a platform. The episode went viral, sparking widespread discussions about growth, redemption, and the possibility of change. Carrie's grace in handling the situation became a defining part of her legacy. She was no longer just a country music icon. She was a symbol of strength and compassion. Fans admired not only her talent but also her character, and she became a role model for how to navigate challenges with poise. Her influence extended beyond music and philanthropy. Carrie began giving talks and writing about her experiences, penning a best-selling book that combined her personal journey with insights on resilience and kindness. The book resonated with readers from all walks of life, solidifying her position as a voice of wisdom and positivity. Years later, looking back, the story of the lawsuit wasn't remembered as a scandal or a feud, but as a transformative moment for everyone involved. It became a tale of accountability, forgiveness, and the extraordinary power of using one's influence for good. Carrie Underwood had not only reclaimed her narrative, but had also turned a painful experience into an opportunity to make the world a little brighter. The host, too, found redemption in his own way. His career took a new direction, focusing on uplifting and meaningful projects rather than sensationalism. He often credited Carrie as the person who helped him see the consequences of his actions and make a change for the better. While their paths didn't cross often, the mutual respect they developed in the wake of the controversy remained a testament to the unexpected ways conflict can lead to growth. In the end, Carrie's story was not just about standing up for herself. It was about standing up for something bigger. It showed that even in the face of negativity, it's possible to create a ripple effect of kindness and change. And for that, the world loved her even more. The impact of Carrie Underwood's journey didn't just resonate within the entertainment industry, it extended far beyond. Schools began using her story as part of anti-bullying campaigns, teaching students about the importance of empathy, accountability, and the courage to speak out against unfair treatment. Counselors cited her story as a case study in conflict resolution, showing how integrity and forgiveness could coexist without compromising one's values. Carrie's foundation grew rapidly, attracting partnerships with major tech companies and social media platforms. These collaborations led to the development of tools aimed at combating online harassment, such as enhanced reporting systems and features that promoted positivity and constructive dialogue. As these measures gained traction, many credited Carrie's advocacy as a driving force behind a broader cultural shift in how online interactions were moderated and perceived. On a more personal level, Carrie's story inspired countless individuals to stand up for themselves and others. Letters poured into her fan mail from people sharing their own experiences of overcoming adversity, with many thanking her for giving them the courage to take action. Her concerts became not just performances, but also spaces for connection and empowerment, with fans often recounting how her music and story had changed their lives. Despite the intense spotlight, Carrie remained humble and grounded. She often emphasized that her actions were not about seeking revenge or making headlines, but about setting an example for her children and future generations. She wanted them to know that it was possible to stand firm in your beliefs while still showing compassion to those who wronged you. The host, on his path to redemption, also began to use his platform for positive change. His podcast transitioned into a broader discussion series addressing topics like mental health, media responsibility, and the pressures of fame. He invited psychologists, social activists, and even former critics to explore the nuances of modern-day public discourse. Though his transition wasn't without bumps, he gradually rebuilt his reputation as someone genuinely committed to personal growth. Perhaps the most unexpected outcome was the way Carrie's lawsuit sparked a wave of similar actions by other public figures who had endured harsh or unjust treatment. Artists, actors, and even athletes began calling out toxic commentary, not in a vindictive way, but in a manner that promoted fairness and respect. Many cited Carrie as their inspiration, dubbing her the trailblazer for a more respectful era in media and entertainment. As the years passed, Carrie's influence only grew. She received numerous humanitarian awards for her work, including recognition from international organizations. Beyond the accolades, what truly mattered to her was the tangible change she could see, the kinder online interactions, the artists who felt safe expressing themselves, and the countless individuals who found strength in her story. The host, now far removed from his late-night days, often reflected on how his life had been transformed. In one of his final podcast episodes before retiring from public life, he credited Carrie with being the catalyst for his change. "She didn't just teach me a lesson," he said. "She gave me a second chance to be better." His words were heartfelt, and they cemented the idea that even the harshest conflicts could lead to redemption and understanding. For Carrie Underwood, the journey had always been about more than just her performance or the criticism she endured. It was about using her voice, not just her singing voice, but the one that carried weight and influence, to create a better world. Her legacy was no longer confined to music. It was etched into a movement that valued kindness, integrity, and the courage to confront wrongs with grace. And as she stood on stage at yet another sold-out concert, her fans cheering louder than ever, she knew one thing for sure: the fight had been worth it. She had not only defended her name, but also inspired a generation to do the same with dignity and love. As Carrie Underwood's influence continued to grow, her story became a cornerstone of modern celebrity culture, a reminder of the responsibility that comes with fame and the potential to use it for good. The ripple effects of her actions were felt everywhere, from grassroots movements to global initiatives. Carrie's foundation, now a global entity, launched programs in schools and workplaces aimed at fostering respectful communication and addressing the psychological effects of bullying. These initiatives included interactive workshops, counseling support, and outreach campaigns featuring Carrie herself. Her authenticity resonated deeply with people from all walks of life, making her message relatable and impactful. The phrase, "What would Carrie do?" became a common saying among her fans, a testament to the way she had become a moral compass for so many. On the creative front, Carrie's career reached new heights. Her music continued to evolve, blending her signature country sound with deeper, more profound storytelling. She explored themes of healing, forgiveness, and empowerment, touching hearts worldwide. Her albums broke records and her tours sold out within minutes, not just because of her incredible talent, but because of the connection she shared with her audience. Every performance felt personal, a reminder of her resilience and humanity. Her growing influence led her to venture into other areas, including film and television. Carrie starred in a documentary about her journey, blending her rise to fame with the challenges she faced during the controversy. The documentary, praised for its raw honesty, won several awards and became a cultural touchstone. It wasn't just about her story. It was about the universal themes of standing up for oneself, facing adversity, and coming out stronger on the other side. In her personal life, Carrie remained a devoted wife and mother. Her family was her anchor, and she often spoke about how their support had been her greatest source of strength during the turbulent times. She and her husband made a point to keep their children grounded, teaching them the values of kindness, humility, and courage. Carrie's ability to balance her personal and professional life only deepened the admiration people had for her. Meanwhile, the host's journey of redemption came full circle. While he had stepped away from the limelight, his efforts to make amends and support causes aligned with Carrie's foundation didn't go unnoticed. Over time, their story became a model of how even the most public disputes could lead to understanding and growth. The two occasionally crossed paths at charity events, their interactions cordial and even warm, a testament to the healing power of forgiveness. Years later, in an unexpected twist, the host penned a heartfelt open letter to Carrie, which was published in a major publication. In it, he reflected on the lessons he had learned and expressed his gratitude for her grace and patience. He credited her not only with inspiring his personal growth, but also with changing the way he approached his career and relationships. The letter went viral, sparking yet another wave of admiration for Carrie's ability to turn a painful situation into something transformative. Carrie, true to her nature, responded with her own letter, thanking him for his words and encouraging others to embrace the power of change and redemption. Her response was yet another example of her unwavering commitment to kindness and empathy, further solidifying her role as a guiding light in a challenging world. As the years turned into decades, Carrie's legacy only grew. She became more than an artist. She became a symbol of resilience, grace, and the power of standing up for what is right. Her story was taught in universities, referenced in books, and remembered as a pivotal moment in entertainment history. Through it all, Carrie remained the same grounded, compassionate person she had always been, using her platform to make the world a little better, one act of kindness at a time. And so, Carrie Underwood's story wasn't just one of fame or talent. It was a story of humanity, of how one person's courage to stand up, speak out, and forgive could inspire millions and leave an enduring mark on the world.